What other countries are told is American? And judging from the thumbnail, I already know that the pizza with fries and little sausage pieces is Italian because it's very popular. And when I was a kid, I mean, not only when I was a kid, even now, from time to time, I would order that pizza. Oh, it's so good. If you haven't tried it yet, you gotta try it, bro. Fries on pizza are the best thing ever. And I don't know about the rest, so let's check out this video and learn something new together, shall we?
Hello friends, my name is JJ. So let me show you a photo that one of my European friends sent me the other day. It's of the American food section of his local supermarket. I forget.
Wow, yeah, I mean, sometimes in Lidl, that's a European supermarket, they have the American week, and some of the times they do put stuff that is of questionable origin. That's definitely not American.
What country, but I've been to Europe enough times to know that sections like this are common all over the continent. Even though the resolution isn't that great, if you're from America, I'm sure you can make out a few products. We got Goldfish, Airheads, Pop-Tarts, A1 sauce, gluten-free hazelnut coffee mate. Now the question would be whether this is actually an
Bro, come on.
accurate
Sorry about that. Lately, these ads are going crazy.
portrayal of American food, or simply a heavily exoticized one. Exoticism is a term used to describe the tendency of thinking of foreign cultures only in terms of how they differ from your own. This then leads to the habit of wrongly assuming that the weirder some foreign thing is, the more culturally traditional it must surely be. So in this case, obviously Americans don't actually eat things like Oreo cereal or spreadable marshmallow fluff all that much.
Really? You don't eat Oreo cereals? I mean, I never tried Oreo cereals actually, but I guess this is very American.
But they're nevertheless marketed as being super American because such products fit a certain European stereotype of Americans as a people who eat all of this decadent, high sugar nonsense. That said, Americans are of course just as guilty of doing this as anyone. Many supermarkets over here have the so-called world food section, featuring imported products from other countries, often presented in some
yeah, bro. I guess everyone all over the world do that.
exoticized display. Ooh, puto. Exoticizing goes hand in hand with the other phenomenon we talked about the other week, faux-authenticity. This is basically when you use a bunch of stereotypes of some foreign place to come up with a product or tradition that you then inaccurately present as being some normal part of their culture. Chinese fortune cookies, which are not actually a thing in China, but play into certain exotic
They don't even know what Chinese fortune cookies are if you ask Chinese people. Even the Chinese gnocchi. Oh my god, I love them so freaking much. You know, those ones that are very... They're like, they have the little shape like this. And they're so damn good, they're really soft. That type of pasta that is like that. I ask Chinese people, nobody even knows what I'm talking about. You probably don't even know yourself. Wait, let me find a picture because otherwise I will be just... I will be just something ridiculous. Wait, let me find it for you. This one, I'm sure you've seen this one before. This one, yeah. Probably I've seen that one before. As Chinese people, the best answer that I got is that they are just eaten in a certain place of China, but not that much in other places. So yeah, nobody knows.
Stereotype of the Chinese as mysterious,
or the Italian that put the Alfredo sauce in the pasta. We don't even know what that is, actually.
fortune tellers would be a classic example. Anyway, today I thought we would look at a few examples of faux-authentic American traditions as practiced by non-Americans around the world, and see what they can teach us about some of the interesting ways that Americans continue to be exoticized. So I lived in Japan briefly, and while I was there, I was able to see perhaps one of the world's most infamous faux-authentic American traditions up close: fried chicken on Christmas. So Christmas is a pretty weird holiday for the Japanese to be celebrating in the first place, given it is not remotely a Christian country. But they do, and in a mostly superficial way that that focuses on things like decorations and foods above even things like family or presents. And a lot of this superficiality, in turn, is heavily filtered through assumptions of what Americans do. And apparently the Japanese have been convinced that eating fried chicken, especially KFC fried chicken, is the traditional
What do you mean? What the hell? Who eats fried chicken at Christmas?
American thing.
Bro.
When you're in Japan around Christmas time, you will see big ads for special fried chicken Christmas combo deals all over the place. And a lot of Japanese kids will look forward to having a big KFC feast on December 25th. This authentic tradition was supposedly the idea of just one man, Takashi Okawara, who ran the first Japanese KFC franchise and claims to have made up the Christmas thing as a marketing gimmick in the 1970s.
And after a few years, KFC for Christmas starts to get popular in Japan. And NHK, which is a national broadcaster, comes in to interview Mr. Okawara, and they want to know if KFC is an American Christmas tradition.
You are selling Kentucky Fried Chicken so well in Christmas, and is there common custom in overseas? And I would, I know that there people are not eating chicken, they're eating turkey. But I said, yes, it was right. I still regret that.
I found a lot of...
I'm curious to know if that's the reason why there's so many people using X, that is the former Twitter, in Japan. I know it's the country with the most active users, even more than the US, I think. I'm not sure about that yet, but I know that so many people are so crazy about Twitter in Japan, more than every other social media.
A lot of Japanese people were quite shocked when I told them that no one in America actually eats fried chicken on Christmas, and that if anything, eating fast food on Christmas would be considered a fairly trashy thing in American culture. But then again, I'm sure that a lot of Americans would also be shocked to learn that Japanese people do not eat sushi with rice on the outside. Speaking of fast food, another wild, faux-authentic American thing I have experienced firsthand on my travels is the Dutch practice of eating what they call American-style sauce on their French fries. You can buy it at places like McDonald's or in big bottles at the store. It's not that bad. I would describe it as basically what you would get if you put mayonnaise and relish together in the blender.
What is relish?
An even weirder Dutch food, however, is what they call filet Americain, or American préparé in Belgium, which is a kind of pâté made of raw ground beef and often eaten on toast or crackers. There are a lot of theories about how this weird and possibly dangerous dish became associated with Americans. But when I was there, people told me it was because during the war, there had become this stereotype that American soldiers all ate their steaks super rare, and then the Dutch beef industry just kind of ran with that. That is almost certainly an apocryphal story, but hey, apocryphal stories are one of the key foundations upon which faux-authentic traditions are built. In the comment section of my original faux-authentic video, a bunch of my non-American friends had some fun examples of their own of various head-scratching things they've seen marketed as being American style in their own countries. For example, some of my British viewers noted that British supermarkets sometimes sell supposed American-style hot dogs in jars of brine. Load up on that big stateside flavor, proclaims this ad. But if hot dogs in jars of brine are too weird for you, they do also sell them in cans of brine as well. Hot dogs are, of course, one of the great exoticized symbols of American cuisine in much of the world, and as a result, slapping hot dogs on something is always a surefire way to market.
Really? Here in Italy, most of the times the hot dog are always marketed as really German. It would be weird to see some hot dogs. I think mostly hamburgers will be considered Americans here in Italy to provide good quality, you know. But hot dogs, bro, the sausage of the hot dog, nah. It's always German. It's always German here in Italy.
Market it as being American style. For example, in a lot of places, pizzas with hot dogs on them are presented as being American style pizza.
Yes! That is actually true! We call it pizza americana, American pizza, when you buy the one with sausages. And the one usually comes, the American pizza comes with French fries and little hot dog pieces. Oh my god, it's the best one! You gotta try it, come on.
pizzas, either sliced up hot dogs, as in this German pizza, or entire wieners, as in this one from South Korea. In Italy, meanwhile, a American pizza is apparently one with bits of hot dog and French fries. In Brazil, they sell allegedly California-style pizza with pineapple, figs, plums, and those bright red cherries they sell in cans.
Oh my god, that's the most disgusting thing I've seen. Oh my god. Bro. I could let it slide on the pineapple. I'm Italian, but I don't give a fuck. I tried before pineapple pizza at Domino's. It was fine, whatever. When I went to Madrid, I was hungry. It was the cheapest pizza, so I got it. I don't care. I'm not ashamed of saying it. I like figs on pizza as well. I tried it before. Oh my god, it's so good, figs on pizza. The combination is just perfect. But red cherries, oh my god, plums. Bro, I mean, you could make this like I don't know, like a sweet pizza. It could be okay, without the tomato sauce, without the cheese. Just make it sweet with some jam. But, ugh, that's the worst thing. What the hell?
Though nothing can top this story from my friend Daniel. My friend was doing graduate work in Poland and went out to eat and saw American pizza on the menu. When she ordered it, it came out as a plain cheese pizza, and the guy brought a can of cream corn and poured it directly onto the pizza right there at the table. Many Americans who had lived or traveled abroad were equally keen to regale me with horror stories about what other countries seem to think a traditional American-style breakfast entails. Among other things, they described being served breakfasts that included stuff like baked beans, garlic bread, potato salad, and of course, hot dogs. One guy even complained about being served green orange juice in China. Talking of Asia, many of my Asian friends told me about a dish that is apparently common in many Asian countries, known as American fried rice. This evidently consists of rice cooked
Wait, what? How is that American fried rice if it has nasi goreng?
in countries known as American
Nasi goreng America, what the hell? That's so weird.
fried rice. This evidently consists of rice cooked with ketchup, corn, and raisins, accompanied by a side of various stereotypical American delicacies like hot dogs, slices of bologna, fried eggs, and chicken nuggets, plus more ketchup. But my favorite story of a authentic American dish comes from my friend Camilo in Colombia. In Colombia, we have American-style hot dogs, which are enormous hot dogs with a chorizo wiener topped with melted cheese, crumbled potato chips, various sauces, and quail eggs. I was able to verify this with a photo. Camilo continued.
Bro, that's so fancy with quail eggs. Those are so expensive.
We named it that because of a common belief in Latin America that people in the USA eat big-sized foods with a lot of toppings and all of that. You can't believe how disappointed I was when I tried an actual hot dog in the USA. All right, now.
Yeah, but if you want big things, the quail eggs are like these. What the hell? I mean, what you should get the emu eggs that are so fucking huge then.
Let us do a lightning round of a few other much beloved, allegedly American foods from around the world. Amerikaners, which are German cookies with black and white icing. The similar but distinct American cakes that the Poles make, which are these little doughy lumps with frosted undersides. An American sandwich, or a pan American, which is some sort of beef and french fry sandwich that they sell in France. American salad, which is a kind of mayonnaise and carrot salad.
What? There's no way. I've never seen this done like this. This is a Russian salad, but the other version. What the hell? That's so
Sold
weird.
in Spain. And American dressing,
never
a
seen
creamy sauce that the Swedes eat that's made of pickles, mayonnaise, and hot sauce and sold in tubes. Now available in bacon flavor. But authentic Americana is not just limited to food, of course. A number of my foreign friends were eager to inform me that these things, which I guess we would call red solo cups, are a subject of considerable fascination in other parts of the world, where they are often sold as glamorous American party cups. I love this copy from this British online store. Everything about these disposable red American party cups says party. Whether you're planning a barbecue or a wild night of beer pong and American pop music, these red party cups are the perfect disposable option. Instantly recognizable from a number of American films, such as the American Pie series and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, these disposable cups are durable enough for each.
Yes, when I see those, I instantly think about American Pie. Instantly.
Even the wildest of parties. In Brazil, however, they call a cup that looks like this an American cup.
What?
Brazilians also call placemats American sets for some reason. They have a similar situation in Italy, where a placemat is known as an American tablecloth. Are placemats really
What? I've never heard that in my entire life, and I'm as Italian as I can get, you know?
that American of a thing? My friend Marcelo, meanwhile, tells me this story. I visited Chile one time, and they have stores out there called American stores. These stores are actually just thrift stores, but they call them that because they mostly have American types of clothing, such as American football jerseys, American brands, American college shirts, etc. It was pretty funny, to be honest. This reminds me of
Actually, here in Italy are getting very popular the college jackets. You know, the college jackets that you always see in the movies, the jog of the high school wearing. Those are getting so popular now among kids in high school.
Another wild story I can tell you from my time in Japan. There was this neighborhood in Tokyo called Harajuku that was known for having a lot of cool hipster fashion stores. And they would have these American fashion stores where they would sell like Tommy Hilfiger and Supreme and all of that. But in order to have the full American experience, they would employ these big black guys wearing, you know, do-rags and chains and basketball jerseys to stand out front of the stores and beckon the Japanese people to come in. But these guys were not actually African American, but rather literal African immigrants from places like Senegal or Ghana.
Of course.
Who I assume were much cheaper to hire. And they would be trying to lure you into these stores with their cool American hip-hop slang, but spoken through these thick African accents from people who, in many cases,
Hey yo, my bro, why don't you come? Yo, I'm gonna rap for you. Okay, that was too racist. I'm gonna stop you right now.
this is clearly barely understood English. Now, in Russia, there is nothing the kids love more than heading down to the old theme park and riding the American slide, which is what they call roller coasters over there, which is kind of ironic.
It's kind of ironic because in Italian we call them Russian mountains. So they call them American slide, while us we call them Russian mountains.
Since in a lot of other European countries, they call roller coasters Russian
Yes,
mountains.
exactly.
And historians seem to agree that they were actually invented in Russia as well. But still, I'm sure Americans would much rather be associated with roller coasters than brass knuckles, or as the French call them, American fists. Or how about duct tape, which is called American tape in Spain? All right, now let us close with a really good summary
didn't know
of
that.
what is perhaps one of the best examples of a faux-authentic American phenomenon that wound up going mainstream in America itself. My friend Christopher writes, I think one example of something that is a product of a foreign country's idea of American culture that America kind of reappropriated for itself is the spaghetti western
Ooh,
film
yes.
genre. As the name suggests, the genre originated in Italy as
John
Italian
Wayne.
filmmakers made movies based on a largely mythical understanding of the American West. American filmmakers then began to import the style in their own films about the American West, and it proved very popular among American filmgoers, even if its representation of the Wild West is only very loosely based on the truth. A very recent film that utilizes a lot of the spaghetti western tropes is the Quentin Tarantino film Django Unchained. The term spaghetti western is itself also quite interesting, because as we discussed in the previous video, spaghetti has become one of the most Americanized Italian foods in the US. So there is something wonderfully poetic and circular about using the name of an Americanized Italian food to describe Italianized American history. So I hope you enjoyed these two deep dives into the exciting world of
Yes!
authentic culture. If you have any ideas of how I could stretch out this premise any further, please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to check out the first video if you haven't already, and I will see you next week.
Definitely, I will check out this video next because it was so amazing. Go check out his channel, JJ McCullough. Is that how you pronounce it? McCullough. McCullough. Oh my god, can never nail the right pronunciation right away. So yeah, we definitely need to check out the other one. It was a really entertaining video. I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. So yeah, guys, I hope you did enjoy it as well. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. We are so close to the milestone that I can reach 1,000 subscribers. So excited. I'm gonna keep on uploading videos until you all will subscribe. Come on. I'll see you tomorrow in another video. Ciao, ciao.